It's the morning of day 4 on another adventure of As the Crow Flies hiking. We're on the Foothills Trail, and this may be the last day. We've got 17.4 or so to get to Table Rock State Park, and we're going to try to do it. Big Fist is going to probably push me to the end. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you at the end of the day when I do a recap of what happened. I'm just going to film some through the day and add that to my commentary tonight. Let's go. What's up, everybody? This is the final day that we had of our epic adventure on the Foothills Trail. Big Fist and I got up this morning at Fork Gap. That was the campsite that we were at. We had added miles each day so that we essentially took off one day of our hike. He was going so fast and I was trying to keep up with him that we just wanted to get through, I guess, but we still enjoyed the trail a lot. Essentially, we did this trail in 4 days. Our travel day on the first day, we only did a few miles just so that we could get going and have a campsite and not have to get a hotel. But we started our day at Fork Gap. We descended down to Laurel Access. This was, I think, a 17.4 mile day. We had thought about camping at Lighthouse tonight, one of the last campsites, but then we thought, well, we're here, let's just go ahead and finish it. So we went down to Laurel Access, and there's a sign there at the bottom of the stairs, and it's a beautiful area. It has a road down there at the bottom, and it has access to, I guess, different places you can go. And then you wind your way around. You think you're gonna be at the road, but you never really get to the road until the very end. And then you start heading up. It is a massive climb up to Chimney Gap. So we started our climb to go up to Chimney Gap, and that's kind of where we were gonna camp tonight and then hike out another 14 miles today. But we got there pretty early today. And Chimney Gap is a beautiful campsite in a beautiful area there. You can see all the views around it, and it really starts to climb, and you feel like, okay, this is a precursor for what you're about to get at Sassafras Mountain. So after Chimney Top, you really start to climb. You could really feel that climb in your legs and in the cardio as you make your way up to Sassafras Gap. I guess all the anticipation of it, I thought, okay, this is gonna be really, really tough. And it was a very tough climb, but it wasn't the worst climb I'd ever had. But now we were coming from the Oconee side and we were heading to Table Rock. We saw today as we came down Pinnacle Mountain that that is a massive climb. It's 4.5 miles straight up because we went 4 miles straight down. After we got to Chimney Top, we made our way up to Sassafras. It is a long climb. I guess maybe 2 or 3 miles, maybe. I don't know exactly. I'm just kind of guessing as we did it. But I found myself trying to keep up with Big Fist as he was moving up that trail really fast. What we found this morning is when we got out of camp, it looked like it was just going to be overcast the rest of the day, but the temperatures are dropping. In fact, I'm glad we ended today because I think tomorrow is in the low 30s and high 20s the next day. So we got up and it was about, I don't know, 45, 46 degrees. Then it dropped down to probably 39 degrees. I don't know exactly. I had my little thermometer on my pack and I was able to see that it was dropping through the days. And then the rain came in. So as we were going up to Chimney Gap and then beyond to Sassafras, the rain came in and the temperature started bottoming out. And I just had a long sleeve shirt on. And then I decided, well, I better put my raincoat on. And I was able to kind of regulate my temperatures as we're going up this massive climb to Sassafras Gap. And so I really recognized that 40-degree temperatures with cold and then mist and then rain is a recipe for disaster for hypothermia. I never really got there. I just felt myself when I would stop, I felt, shivering. My hands would kind of tense up and my legs would get cold. I wore shorts the whole trip, but that cold on my legs finally got to me there. But Sassafras was a good climb. I mean, it was substantially high, and we met somebody as we got up to the top, Michelle. So if you watch this video, it was nice to meet you. She was going the other way and she was giving us pointers as we went. But I realized, and I had seen it on the map, that Sassafras Mountain is the highest mountain in South Carolina. It is 5,545 feet. I may have that wrong, but it has an access road to it. But what is really nice about it is when you get up to the top, you get a beautiful view. Of course, we didn't get the view because it was raining and it was socked in and there was just fog everywhere. But it's this beautiful platform that was built in 2019, and you wind your way up to the top. It sort of has the feel of Klingsman's Dome in the Smokies. Obviously not quite as high, but you get up there, and on top is this beautiful artistry work of the North and South Carolina line, because Sassafras is on the line. And then this beautiful compass, north, south, east, and west up there. So I stood in the middle and we got pictures, and Big Fist complained that we didn't get a view. So we'd done all that work to get up to Sassafras, and we both were kind of saddened that we didn't get the view. But we did get views later, and that was what made up for it. So after Sassafras, you really have to kind of make sure that you negotiate and find behind the observation tower the pit toilets there, and you have to make sure that you don't get on the Palmetto Trail. You have to walk down the backside of the road just a little ways, and then you cut off onto the Foothills trails again. But we had heard several people tell us that they almost got lost. In fact, one guy that worked here at the park, one time he said, hey, don't go down the Palmetto Trail because it goes a long way in the other direction. But we knew that, and so we walked down the road a bit, found the Foothills Trail, and then continued. And from there, it is a beautiful trail as you wind your way down, lots of rhododendron forest. You cross over the Palmetto Trail once again, and it's really a beautiful place. You feel like you're in a tunnel of rhododendrons or mountain laurels as well. After that rhododendron forest, we came to Cantrell Campsite, and that is a great campsite. If you're going either way, that's a great one to stop at. It even has a cistern water that you can dip your smart water bottles or your water bladder in to get water there. It's down the hill a little bit. It has a blue blaze, but it's a great campsite, and it looked like it was an old home site. You can even see some stones that were built in the middle there. But people have also built these nice chairs out of rocks all around the fire pit, and it is beautiful. The next little mountain was Honey Nut Mountain. And I don't know that we got to the top of that. I wasn't sure, but we wound our way around the ledges there, and you could see beautiful sights around you of all the mountains. And we just kept making our way up a little bit, and then it leveled out, and then it went back down. And we knew at some point we would get to Pinnacle Mountain and we would head up. But first we got to Lighthouse Campsite. Lighthouse Campsite is just this clearing underneath all the granite or all the rock behind you of Pinnacle Mountain, and then there's views off to the side there. There's actually bear cables on the side of the mountain there. It's a little flat place. I guess you could get a few tents there. But in my mind, I thought that at Lighthouse Campsite, that's when you headed straight down for 5.2 miles. I was absolutely wrong. I had looked at the maps wrong. From Lighthouse, you wind your way back up to Pinnacle. But that was glorious, because once we wound our way back up, I guess maybe 2 miles, I'm not exactly sure, I have to check the map. We wound our way up and got to the incredible views at the top of Pinnacle Mountain. All those rock facings that we had seen from the road, just absolutely gorgeous. We made our way up to the top, and then just basically drop-offs off the cliff, we got to see these views. And then once we got to the top, I wasn't ready for that climb. I thought we had already made the climb in this little short place that went by some of the rock facing and got to Lighthouse. I mean, the views opened up. At least the skies opened up somewhat so we could see the mountain ranges in front of us. We got to this bluff area that I'll show you. I may stop right here and show you some of those bluffs but right before we headed down. It was glorious to see those views out there, just as far as you can see, well, with the views that we had. And then we headed down. So we headed down for about 3.5 miles. And when I say headed down, it is straight down. I feel bad for the people that start at Table Rock because your first day is at least 4.5 miles straight up to Pinnacle Mountain. I mean, I was so happy today that we were coming down that and not heading up it. But Big Fist and I were ready to get to a burger place. He's being patient with me, allowing me to do this video as we end. But we were moving down that place. I mean, 4 miles or 3.5, and they had like 0.5 miles each time. So we went, 4.5 miles, 4, 3.5, 2.5, all the way down to 0.5 and then the end. And then we finally made it to Table Rock. But I felt like we were doing kind of parkour because there's a lot of rocks and ins and outs, and we were trying to get here as fast as we could. But what I would say is, the Foothills Trail is probably a must. If you're a backpacker and you really want to do a trail that's somewhere around, I think it's 76.3 miles. I saw some places that said it was 78 miles, but these signs said 76.3. But that is a great kind of a spring break trail like we did, or a Christmas trail or something like that, that you could come out, spend 4 or 5 days. It is a wonderful trail. Such great maintenance on the trail, bridges everywhere, waterfalls everywhere, views here at Table Rock, views at Whitewater Falls, and just beautiful trail to hike through the forest. So a lot of different topography, a great place to be. So we're done. Thank you guys for following this adventure, and thank you guys for subscribing to As the Crow Flies Hiking. I hope if you haven't subscribed that you will. I hope you'll like this video and watch the rest of the series that I've done. And comment below. Maybe you've done the Foothills Trail and have a different take on it, or maybe you want to start at Table Rock and go to Oconee. Whichever way you go, it is a beautiful trail. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next adventure of As the Crow Flies Hiking. Hey guys, thanks for watching this series on the Foothills Trail. It's been an awesome journey, epic trail with my son Big Fist. Had a great time. I will see you guys on the next adventure.